Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is BOOKMAS day 8 and I'm going to be sharing the top 10 books that I want to read during this winter season. I'm really excited because I really enjoy reading in the winter time a lot more, I think, than the summertime. Like, I'm all for reading at the beach during the summertime, but for some reason I just really love the cozy vibes of reading in the winter, especially with like a cup of tea, which currently I am drinking the David's tea of the gingerbread blondie, and it's really good. And so I just wanted to share a list of 10 books that were on my bookshelves and that I'm just so excited to read for the winter time. They just remind me of winter. They feel like winter. They just feel like cozy. I don't know what it is, but let's just go ahead and get started in this video because I feel like it's gonna take a while for me to go through some of these. There's just some really great ones. Okay, I'm not going in any type of certain order or anything. I literally just pulled these books off of my shelf, and so we're just gonna be talking about them. And the first book that I really want to read this winter time is Inspection by Josh Malerman. Now, I love Josh Malerman a lot. I have loved a lot of his books, and Bird Box is one of my all-time favorite books ever, and I read it last October, and it was just so spooky and scary and just everything that I wanted. And so I am so excited. My friend Tori gifted this to me, and I literally am I just cannot believe that she bought this for me for Christmas time, and the color is absolutely gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous book. So this, I believe, is about a boys' school and a girls' school, and they don't know the other one exists. Like, the boys' school, they literally have only known that there have been boys their whole life. Like, they didn't even know that there are girls in the world, and the same with the girls' school. And so I believe that the names of these characters are like literally by the alphabet. Like, J is literally like the letter J, and K is literally the letter K. And so this is supposed to be like a horror thriller, but it says that I guess whoever is in charge of these schools has a lot of secrets, and there's a reason why they don't want them to know that the other school exists or the other gender exists. So I'm really excited. For some reason, I feel like I have a lot of dystopian type books in this pile. So I must be in a dystopian mood in the winter time. I guess that's what it is. Okay, next up on the list is a book that everyone has been telling me to read for a really long time, and they say it's like the perfect read for the winter time, that it's super atmospheric, and it's An Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapena. And this is the only Shari Lapena book that I have not read yet. I have read all of her other books, and I actually enjoy her other books a lot. I think I've given them all 4 to 5 stars. So I'm really excited, and this is actually kind of a thin book. So I believe that this is about people that get stuck in a cabin. Yeah, it says a weekend retreat at a cozy mountain lodge is supposed to be the perfect getaway, but when the storm hits, no one is getting away. So I think there's like a murder happening in this cabin in the snowy season. It just sounds perfect for the winter time, and I can't wait to read this one. Next up is a book that I haven't read anything by this author yet, but a lot of people have been raving about her most recent release, which is Dear Wife, and this is by Kimberly Bell. I'm really excited because I hear that this is an amazing domestic thriller, and I just really want to read something like this in the wintertime. I would have gotten to this beforehand, I just haven't had time, so that's why it is a priority for my winter TBR. So this one is about this lady who is on the run because she's leaving her abusive husband, but then there's a different lady that I guess is missing. So I guess we're reading about 2 different women and what happens to them, but I'm really excited for this. Next up on my list, this book actually has winter in the title, so this one is totally appropriate. It's The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. I don't know. I'm totally butchering this name, I'm sorry. But anyway, I did a try a chapter for this back during like the horror season, and I actually really enjoyed this. So I'm really excited, and I mean, with it being The Winter People, I feel like this is the perfect title to read in the winter time since I didn't get to read it during the horror time. And I believe I bought this copy at my library sale for $2. And I believe that this is about some people that died in 1908. They were found dead, and then now it's like in the future time, and I think that this girl sees ghosts. I actually kind of forget what the chapter was about, but I'll link it up above so you can see my thoughts on the first chapter of this. Next up on my list is a book that I am super excited to read. This is more of a forbidden romance, and one of my friends from my book club gifted it to me, and I am so thankful that I have a copy because we're gonna do a buddy read, and this is All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Byrne Greenwood, and I am so excited to read this. Did I say Brian? I don't know how you say his first name. Anyway, but I am so excited to read this. This is about a romance between a older guy and a girl that is literally like super young, I think. And so it says, a beautiful and provocative love story between two unlikely people and the hard-won relationship that elevates them above the Miss Western meth lab backdrop of their lives. So I am so excited. I hear that this is gonna be great as a buddy read. There's gonna be so much discussion, and I cannot wait. This is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I've heard of this being a very controversial book, so I cannot wait to see like what my thoughts are going to be for it. Okay, next on my list is an actual YA book, and this is The Similars by Rebecca Hanover, and I am really excited to read this because this is also kind of a dystopian type book about this school where like everyone has been like cloned, and one of the girls, her like best friend I guess, had died, and now he is cloned, and it's like so weird being at this school with like your best friend but not really your best friend anymore. I'm really excited to read this, especially since the second one, The Pretenders, I think just got published. So I really need to read this one so I can catch up and hopefully read The Pretenders. Thank you to Midnight Fire Reads / Sourcebooks for sending me this copy. They sent me this back in the summer when I got all of those thrillers, and I still haven't read it, so this needs to go on my list. Next up is a book that I swapped for, and this is a beast of a book, and it's a dystopian novel that I'm really excited to read. It is The Wanderers by Chuck Wendig, and I am so excited to read this. Look how big this book is. Like, oh my gosh, it is huge, but it sounds so intriguing, and it sounds like the perfect thing for me to read in the winter. So this is about people that are sleepwalking. It says that they can't like talk or be woken up, and they're all like going to this destination. So they're literally like sheep, and they're all being like herded in a sleepwalking manner to whatever this destination is. It is apocalyptic, which I'm really excited about, and so this sounds absolutely amazing, and it's huge. I'm going to feel so accomplished when I read this. How big is this anyway? 767 pages, so. Okay, next on my list is The Winter Girl by Matt Marnovoke, I guess is what it is. I'm not exactly sure. This is a psychological thriller that involves a damaged husband and a wife trying to survive the consequences of a bad decision. So really excited for this. It's actually pretty tiny, and I just got this off of Book Outlet, and so I will link my haul up above if you want to check that out. I really want to read this one because it has winter in the title, so I feel like why not read the wintry books with winter. 2 more books left on this list, and the next one is Dry by Neil Shusterman. This copy I just got off of Book Outlet as well, so you'll see that in the haul if you've watched it, and I'm really excited for this because this is about, I think, a country or world, like it's a different world, where they run out of water, I believe. It says, the drought or the tap out, as everyone calls it, has been going on for a while now. Everyone's life has become an endless list of don'ts. Don't water the lawn, don't fill up your pool, don't take long showers until the taps run dry. And so then, oh, I think it's in California, it says. So this sounds really good because it almost sounds like real life, but it's like a survival apocalyptic story, I guess. I cannot wait for this one, and I've heard really good things about it as well. So last but not least, but I want to read one of 2 Stephen King books. I actually only own one of the copies right now, so this is the one I'm putting on the list. But if I were to somehow get the other copy, I will probably read the other copy as well, or both of them in the winter time. So this is Stephen King's Pet Sematary. I read Misery back last month, I believe it was, and I actually kind of enjoyed it, so it's made me really intrigued to read more of Stephen King. So I really want to read Pet Sematary. I also want to read The Long Walk, and Actually, I'm possibly interested in reading The Institute because it sounds absolutely amazing as well. But this is the one that I only currently own right now, so this is the next one I will be reading. But I'm really excited for this, especially because I want to watch the new movie. I haven't seen it yet, and I don't actually really know what this is about. Obviously, it's a horror novel, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like that and not really like read a lot of the synopsis. I'm just gonna go into it like this. I never even saw the old movie either, so I'm really going into this blind and I can't wait. So that is all the 10 books that are like the priority on my winter reads list. I'm just really excited that I have so many dystopian slash apocalyptic books in this list. Like, I feel like I haven't read them in a really long time, and I'm so in the mood to read it right now, so I cannot wait to read these books in like January, February, and March. It's gonna be so awesome. Can't wait to build my TBR off of this. So let me know down in the comments if you have any books that you're saving just to read for the winter time. I would love to know those because, I don't know, reading cozy wintry books is just always amazing. And let me know if you've read any of these books and if you want to tell me if you liked them or if you didn't like them. I always love hearing your opinions. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys tomorrow in another video. Bye everyone.